Okay, let me give you guys some practice now. So solve the following inequality, and you got to draw the number line to illustrate the answer. So for example, if remember this whole thing has to be strictly be bigger than number 8. So maybe I don't know what the solution is, but draw the number line to represent the solution. Okay, so press pause and have a go. Okay, so to do this here, yeah, keep an eye on x. You're trying to get x on its own. So here, add 4 to both sides. So this will be, hang on, add 4 to both sides. This will be 12, and this will be 3x. Okay, and now divide both sides by 3. So x is strictly greater than 4. Okay, and remember, you are allowed to divide equally. For example, if you're told that let's say you've got a balance here. If you're told that a blue whale here weighs more than an elephant, well, if you cut the blue whale into 3 equal parts, you cut the elephant into 3 equal parts. Well, a third of a blue whale will be bigger, will be heavier than a third of an elephant. So you are allowed to divide it by 3, but just remember, avoid dividing things by negative, or multiplying by negative. You got to switch the signs around, but you can. There are ways around. Just there are ways around dividing by. Just remember that. Don't just remember. Don't divide by. Well, you can, but best not to divide by a minus number. Don't times or divide a negative number. Avoid it. You see what I mean later on. Well, anyway, the answer here is x being so the answer, well, remember this thing here is saying that you've got to find values of x where this whole thing here is bigger than this thing here, and then blah 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 blah. You see, if you choose all the x's above 4, strictly above 4, then this side will be bigger than this side. So to illustrate this on the number line, your number line will look like this: 0. The critical point here is 4. Okay, so but the thing is, you cannot choose 4 because this is saying x has to be strictly bigger than 4. If you had something like this, then yes, you can choose 4, but here x has to be strictly has to be bigger than 4. So here you got to use this the white circle here. So it doesn't include 4. Okay. So your diagram would look like this. If you did this, then that would include 4, but you have to do this. Okay. So yeah. Anyway, so your diagram will look like this. Okay. All right. Next question here. Okay, so here you got to find values of x where this whole thing is less than or equal to 17. Okay, so press and remember to draw the number line to represent the the values of x. Okay, so press pause and have a go. So here, what do you want to do to both sides? Well, you want to get x on its own, so get rid of the 2. So take away 2 from both sides. So this will be this. And this will be 5x, and then divide both sides by 5. So x, well, if you choose, well, x can be anything. X can be equal to or below 3. So your number line will look something like this. Critical point is 3, so 3 is here, and you are allowed to have 3. You see, if you put 3 into here, then 3 is equal to 3. So you all have, so basically you've got to put the black circle here, and it's everything below that, and everything below 3. So your diagram will look like this. You see, if you put 4, if you select 4 and try and put 4 into this thing here, okay, if you put 4 into here, this whole thing will be 20, and then you add 2, and then that will give you 22. Then you're saying 22 here is less than 17, which is not true. If you select any point, let's say 2, okay, let's say 2 is here. If you put 2, you see 2 is in the good region. So if you put 2 into here, this whole thing here will be 10, and then you add 2, then this whole thing here will be 12. You see 12 is less than or equal to 17. So well, anyway, anything in this region here is good. Okay. Well, next question here. Okay, so this one here, oops, this one here. So press pause and oh, remember here. Well, you could do this. Get rid of the 8. So take away 8 from both sides. So this would be minus 6, and then this would be minus 6x here, and then you could divide both sides by minus 6. And then that will give you x, and then you've got to switch the sign around and blah blah blah. Avoid multiplying or dividing negatives. Okay, so avoid. Well, anyway, press pause and have a go. Okay, so here avoid multiplying or dividing negatives. So here add 6x to both sides. So this would be this, because when you have a balance, you're suppose a blue whale here and an elephant over here. You can add equally to both sides. Suppose you add a bag over here and a bag over here. This side will still stay heavier than this side. So you can add equally. So here, so when you are here, add 6x to both sides. So that will be this, and this will be 8. And then now kill off this 2 here. So take away 2 from both sides. So take away 2 from both sides. This will be 6. This will be 6x, and then divide both sides by 6. So this will be 1. This will be x here. So your answer is x has to be less than or equal to 1. So your number line will look something like this. 0 here. Critical point is 1. Well, remember, you've got to look at x. X is less than or equal to 1. So less than or equal to 1. So your diagram will look something like this. Okay. But by the way, up here, to do it the negative way, well, you could kill off the 8 here, minus 6x. This is a bad way of doing it, but it's up to you. So this would be minus 6, and when you divide by a negative number, the sign here switches around. So currently it's like this, but then because you're dividing a negative, well, ignore. Don't. I wouldn't you would do it as normal, but then you would switch this thing around. It's really, forget about it. Just add 6x to both sides, so it'd be like this, and then plus 6x, and then kill off this thing, and then kill off the 6. So this sign here stays the same. Okay.